Hey, listen, man, 2023, we getting rid of all dad bods. No more excuses. Stay tuned. I got the 6 tips that's going to change the body and get it right. Let's get it. Listen, guys, we can't expect our women to be in great shape if we're not going to address the issue ourselves. We have to step up as men. Men, we're supposed to be leaders, so we're going to get those bodies right. We're going to get rid of the dad bod, and this is how we're going to do it. Listen, guys, tip number one, make sure that you're not just packing snacks for your kids. Make sure that you're also packing a nice, nutritious snack for yourself. A lot of times you guys are getting your kids crackers, chips, and then not packing anything for yourself. So then after they eat, now you're rushing to McDonald's to go get a snack for yourself. So make sure you're packing something healthy and that you and your kids can eat. You can feed your children things like avocados, pork rinds, coconut oil, those healthy, nutritious snacks that you guys can both eat. It's a lifestyle, so bring your kids along and they'll thank you down the line in the future for helping them build these healthy habits that's gonna help everyone out. So make sure, tip number one, make sure that when you're providing snacks for your children, you're also making sure it's something that you can eat as well. And that's tip number one. Tip number two, listen, I know we have a lot going on. We have a very stressful job. We have kids. So like when in doubt, when you're sleep deprived, go ahead and fast. What fasting does, it actually helps your mind relax. So it helps you make better decisions. When we're sleep deprived, we're doing a lot, we're busy, we have busy work schedules, we tend to just want to eat a lot of crappy food. So I recommend, like, if you have a lot going on, go ahead and fast, and that'll help you out until the next day. And then the next day during breakfast, you can break your fast. That's something easy that you can do. If it's 6 o'clock at night, go ahead and just go to bed and don't fast, don't eat after that. Tip number three, this goes along with tip number 2, and that's to do your morning workouts fasted. I notice a lot of great results when I do my morning workouts fasted because typically when I wake up, no one's calling my phone, I'm not getting work emails, I don't have to get a child ready. So that's why I recommend doing the morning workouts fasted, when you're most focused, you're the most disciplined, and also you burn more fat cells. When you're fasted, your body's gonna use more of those fat cells when you're working out. So you'll burn 20% more fat cells. And it's great to go ahead and get that workout in before the kids wake up, before the work emails start coming in. I myself am very busy. I have a 9-to-5 job. I'm in tech, so I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of phone calls in the morning. People are on different time zones. So it's very important to just go ahead and wake up in the morning and get that workout in fasted. You'll feel a lot leaner and you'll burn a lot more fat cells. So that's tip number 3. Make sure you do your morning workouts fasted. Hey, listen, here's a free tip. Make sure you guys pack extra memory cards because I was definitely doing this video and my memory card cut out on me. So I had to come back and get it in after my workout, but here we are. Let's continue with the tips. Hey, tip number 4. One thing I recommend is accept that you're not gonna sleep that much. Accept that you're gonna be busy. Accept that you're gonna have to wake up in the middle of the night to tend to your kid. Accept that you're gonna have busy work schedules. Just accept it because then you can realize, that dopamine when you're craving, things such as snacks, getting on the phone and just on Instagram for hours. Accept that that's going to be there. And when you can accept that, your body will then send another message to help you defend that. So make sure you accept that, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna sleep that much. And also load up on a lot of beef, salmon, and chicken. There are a lot of nutrients in that can help with those hits. So that way you'll be prepared and you won't be longing for those, for that junk food. So, accept the sleep quality and it will get better. You'll develop more discipline. And, you have to develop these disciplines now. I see so many people have struggle with it and they never address it and the weight just continues to pile up and pile up. Some people that I've seen at 30, they're like, man, I got out of shape at 30. But I saw that at the age of 25, I saw it coming because they never just accepted the challenges and the struggles that they had. So a big thing is just to accept, hey, my sleep's gonna be a little bit off. Hey, I'm gonna crave this because I'm gonna get those dopamine hits, and make sure you deny yourself that food and load up on things that are gonna help you, such as beef and salmon, and even chicken breast will help out at time just to help defend against those dopamine hits. So that's tip number 4. Hey guys, tip number 5. Listen, this was one that was recommended to me. This was something that I had to implement that I don't do a lot of, that I still even struggle with at times, and that is meditation. Guys, we must meditate. I'm not saying you have to meditate for 25 minutes, 30 minutes a day. Meditate for just 10 minutes. We're so stressed. making sure we're taking care of kids, making sure we're taking care of people, making sure we're taking care of our jobs, make sure we're performing on all these platforms. You know, I'm a content creator, you know, I do IT as well. So I'm so, you know, I have to deliver so much. I have to provide you guys, you know, resourceful information. I have to provide value to you guys, as well as performing at work, as well as taking care of, you know, my immediate family, you know. So that can be very stressful. So it's important to just take 10 minutes of your time, you know, close your eyes and just meditate. That's gonna help with your decision making. It's gonna help you make really good decisions. You know, there was a study shown that people who meditate tend to make better decisions versus people who don't. They just make reckless decisions. So I've noticed that when I meditate, it allows me to like calm down. Because sometimes I'll get overwhelmed, like, oh man, this is going on, that's going on. So it's really important just to like have that minute to yourself. You know, even if it's just 5 minutes, have those 5 minutes, you know, even if you're in the car, you know, before you go pick up your child from daycare or anything like that, you know, pull the car over in the parking lot, sit there for 5 minutes, close your eyes, play like, you know, calming music and have that time to yourself. And I promise you, you know, you'll be a better person for your child. Like a lot of times you can't show up for people that you love because you're so stressed. So by just giving yourself, hey, you know what, I'm gonna have 10 minutes of me time, 5-10 minutes of me time, you'll show up a lot better for your children and you'll be able to execute better and get to the goals that you want, and you'll have more energy to be able to get to the gym or to go downstairs to the basement and lift those weights, all by just meditating. So make sure you're meditating, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day. And this is something that I'm gonna even do. This is something that I haven't always done, that I'm gonna make sure I stick to and start implementing in my day. So that's tip number 5. Tip number 6, listen, I have a nephew who, you know, I love to death. He knows what I'm talking about. His parents know what I'm talking about. And it's very important to move around with him. You have tip number 6 is crawling with your babies, like move around. We have a lymphatic system and that moves the fats around. That system only reacts off of movement. You know, it's not like our heart that's pulsing through. No. The lymphatic system, you have to move around. So, you know, play with your kids, enjoy having that time with your kids. I see so many parents just, okay, Billy, go play at the park, and they just let them go play. No, go run with your kids, go enjoy life with your kids. A big goal of mine, and will always be my goal, is to be able to beat my kid in a race for as long as possible. My dad used to smoke me all the time when I was younger, and I want to have that same experience. I want to be able to say, I want my kid to be able to say, oh man, my dad used to smoke me in a race. Like, my dad was fast. Like, my dad used to play soccer, he used to play football. So having that experience. So, you know, guys, crawl around, play around with your kids. It's going to help enhance your relationship with them. It's also going to overall improve your health. A lot of you guys notice, you know, if you go back to college, you go back to high school, when you were in the best shape ever, what were you doing? You were moving around, you were doing bear crawls, you were, you know, climbing ropes, you know, you were on the dip machine, you were on the pull-up machine, you were on the playground. So go back to doing those things with your kids. It's gonna improve your relationship with not only your child, but your relationship with your health. That is tip number 6. Listen, man, I know you wanna look good for your ladies, you know, so those are the 6 tips that are gonna get you right. Like, it's very important, you know, stay in shape for your woman in your life that help you create the kid that you have. And it's to keep it with yourself. You know, the better you look, you know, the better you're gonna feel. So, hey, implement those 6 tips. I know it's hard, I know we have a lot going on, but it can be done if we make a plan. So let's get to it. Content performance, we out.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah.